स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। परतत्त्वे सदा लीनो रामकृष्णः समाज्ञया यो धर्मस्थापनरतो वीरेशं तं नमाम्यहम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Namaste to all of you. Wish you all once again good health, strength, peace, joy, fulfillment, happiness in life. And as the pandemic continues in the world, as the infections keep rising, the positive cases rising in our country, in our cities, in our towns, let us keep up that spirit of prayer, spirit of seva, spirit of concern for others. Do you feel that millions and millions of our brothers and sisters are becoming next door neighbors to brutes? Do you feel till your head reels? That is the message of Swami Vivekananda, which we have to practice, which we have to implement at this critical moment. If we are not able to do seva physically, let us do the seva mentally. Manasika seva, that is also very, very important, by intense prayer, meditation, and sending these positive vibrations all over the world, all over the cities. Suddenly there is a chaos, confusion, fear after the Visakhapatnam gas tragedy, and somewhere there is another rail accident. There is another somewhere in Raigad. I understand that there is some problem in the mills, in the factories, in the industries, and there is a psychological war through the Instagram news that we got from the news channels about the virus in the mind of the young boys in New Delhi, so on and so forth. So collectively it can be counteracted. Antibiotics are there, remedies are there, maladies are there everywhere, but in yoga, in Vivekananda, in Vedanta, in the Upanishads, there are remedies. Why don't we go to the remedies, and instead of dilly-dallying, instead of quarreling, instead of complaining, instead of putting the cart before the horse, instead of asking how to bell the cat, let us not be foolish. Let us not go in the wrong direction. Let us not go beyond the mirage in search of water. When there is the Ganga, when there is the Yamuna, when there is Narmada, when there is the Godavari, when there is the Kaveri, when there is everything available for us, when there is the Upanishads, when there is Vivekananda, when there is the Bhagavad Gita, when there are the great leaders, what are we trying to do? So our devotees, our youth should become little more serious about it, little more sincere about it, little more sensitive about it, and be visible in solving the problems, be visible in conveying the remedies to the problems. through the media, through your writings. Let us not just be in a comfort zone and say, yes, we'll just send one small message, send a small status. That's not sufficient. A little more visibility, a little more dynamism, a little more positive approach to the problems of life, to the problems of daily life. This is what Vivekananda wanted. Swamiji wanted us to take up practical Vedanta, apply the Vedanta in daily life. That is the real education. That is the real acid test for our conviction in the teachings of Vedanta, in the teachings of Upanishads, in the teachings of Ramakrishna Vivekananda. Few days back, we were discussing about character excellence. Something similar I shall share with you today as far as education for human excellence is concerned. We will have to be a little more attentive in this, little more consolidating in this, a little more fiery in this field of education. We have Guru Purnima, or called Vyasa Purnima in our tradition. We have Teachers' Day as Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan's birthday. He was one of the brilliant, greatest teachers of our modern times. A great humanitarian, statesman, vice president, and great writer and speaker. So we have these two, one for the spiritual level called Vyasa Purnima, paying our tributes to the gurus. The second is the academic function, academic celebration in the form of Teachers' Day. Both play equal part, but let us look at it in a more comprehensive perspective. So these celebrations, these days, whether the Guru Purnima, whether it is Teachers' Day, what do? They are important for the students to revive, to rededicate themselves for their teachers, for their gurus in spiritual life as well as in school, college. And these days reinstate the greatness of the teachers, greatness of education, greatness of sharing the knowledge, imparting pure knowledge which can remove ignorance, which can remove the tamas, the negativity, the darkness in the life of a student in college or a student in meditation or yoga. There's a small, very interesting anecdote. It happened in America, in the Yale University in 1881, when in the College of William and Mary, when America was in depression, economic depression, when there was no finance support from the government, from the Senate, people were not able to come, people are not able to pay the fees, not able to look after the universities. It was a very miserable condition. But Dr. Ewell, the president of the college, whom we may call the vice chancellor of the particular university, used to come every day. For the next 7 years, he came every day and used to ring the church bell, pray in the church, go around the entire campus, go to the library, read for some time, prepare some notes, and then go back to his home, to his residence. Then that action of Dr. Ewell was a symbol of determination of a professor, that the intellectual and cultural tradition may be kept alive even in a bankrupt world. So money does not matter much as long as the people are there to work out the problems. This is our present responsibility. Abraham Maslow, a great educationist, a great psychologist, he said, as we know in Indian tradition, we have two kinds of education, namely there is extrinsic education and there is an intrinsic education. Extrinsic education, what does it do? It takes care of the external factors. It can be the books, it can be the work, curriculum, placements, but the most important thing is intrinsic education. When we have the intrinsic education, we will have value of the extrinsic education. The conflicts will reduce, the misunderstandings will reduce, the mental poverty will reduce because there is self-knowledge, there is a pure attitude, there is a positive attitude. I know how to use the pen, I know how to use the mobiles, I know how to use social media because my mind is very clear. My mind is free from cobwebs. My mind is free from the virus that infects the thinking system. So the fulfillment will be there. The paripurnata will be there. There is a very interesting story of a small boy who went with his mother for a function to a relative's house. And the lady who invited all her relatives and friends, after finishing the puja, finishing the worship, was distributing some laddus, to all the guests as prasadam. When it came to this small boy, a 5-year-old boy sitting with his mother, that lady, that Amma, broke a small piece from that big laddu and gave it to the small boy. And the small boy, this young boy, refused to accept it, because till that time he was seeing everybody is getting a full laddu. He said, why injustice for me? Why this less quantity for me? I want a full laddu, I want a full laddu. So he made a tantrum of the situation and could not accept that big laddu, a small laddu. Then that host, that Amma, that lady who invited all these people, was intelligent enough to understand the need of the boy. She runs back into the kitchen and she takes that loose bundi, loose granules, which have not been made a laddu, but she took a little quantity, a small quantity, and made a small laddu, but it was a round, full laddu. And that laddu, she gave it to that small young boy who was crying. That boy, you know what? He grabbed that laddu and went round the whole house, running and shouting, I got a full laddu, I got a full laddu. That is the fulfillment which our soul wants. But we are miserly to give this fullness. We give tits and bits. We just give a little and say, this is enough for you. No, the soul wants fulfillment. The soul wants paripurnata. That is the Upanishadic truth. That is the Upanishadic education which we got it from the ancient masters. Let it be the Ishavasya Upanishad, speaks about God in everything. Keno Upanishad, what is the truth behind the signs of my Atman, signs of my listening? Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha, etc. What is the listening of the ears? What is the hearing of the ears? What is the speech of the tongue? That analysis is going deeper and deeper and says that is the Pratyagatman, that is the Atman, that is the Atman, says the Upanishads. Similarly, Kathopanishad. Similarly, we have Prashnopanishad. We have Mundaka-Upanishad, speaking about real knowledge, real Vidya, between two great thinkers, two great sages. They say, the Mundaka-Upanishad says, Bhadram karne vishrunuyama devah Bhadram pasye makshabiryajatraha sthirairangai stuštuvagum sastanubihi vyashema devahi tanyadayuhu swasti na indro vruddhashravaha Om Shanti 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 Bhadram karne vishrunu. May we listen with our ears what is good. Bhadram pasye, may we see what is good, what is positive. With this wonderful body, let us do good to others. With that invocation prayer, the Upanishad says, Shaunaka, a great householder, Shaunakoha vai Mahashalaha, a great householder, a responsible householder, he goes to another sage who is Angirasa. Shaunakoha vai Mahashalo Angirasam Vidivat Upasannaha Papracha, having paid his tribute to Vidivat in the traditional manner to Angirasa Maharshi, Papracha, he questions him. What is that question? Kasminnu bhagavo vignate sarvamidam vignatam bhavati iti. Kasminnu bhagavo vignate sarvamidam vignatam bhavati iti. By knowing which, by understanding which, how will I be able to know everything else in this world? That one I want to know. Kasminnu bhagavo vignate sarvamidam, in this world, vignatam bhavatiti. I did not go to 100 things. I want that one thing. Coming to Sri Ramakrishna's time, he was the worst questioner in the modern times to go to his brother and says, oh my dear brother, can you teach me that one thing by knowing which everything else I will know? A deep psychological inquiry made by young Gadadhar at the age of 16 years. His brother was shocked. He said, no, 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 I don't know. That one important thing, I know 500 things. So Gadadhar said, I don't want 500, I want that one, knowing which everything else will be known. I don't want to waste my time. When the elder brother declined this knowledge, could not convey this knowledge, Gadadhar made his own survey, made his own inquiry, made his own research. That is how he becomes the temple priest of Dakshineshwar Kali temple and questions the mother. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Oh mother, are you talking? Are you listening to me? Why don't you talk to me? This Vyakulata Sri Ramakrishna showed, which is the direct approach towards higher knowledge, not the indirect approach going round and round the world and then coming to the Divine Mother. Let me go directly to the Mother and gain that knowledge. This is the connection between Sri Ramakrishna's education and the Upanishadic education, where Angirasa says, Tasmai sahovacha द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये इति हस्म यद ब्रह्मविदो वदन्ति पराच अपराच. Angirasa replies, yes, there are two kinds of education, extrinsic and intrinsic. One is called Paravidya and another is called Aparavidya. What is this Aparavidya? Tatra apara Rigvedo, Yajurvedaha, Samavedaha, Atharvavedaha, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Niruktam, Chandaha, Jyotishamiti. He gives a big list of this Aparavidya, which is Roti Kapada Makan education. Yes, that is required. We need not dilute it, we need not delete it. Let us utilize that education. For what? Next question comes. Atha para yaya tadaksharam adigamyate. Next is paravidya. It is imperishable, it is supreme, it is all pervading. This kind of education we have. So we'll have to look at this in a more comprehensive way of this external education and internal education, intrinsic and extrinsic, paravidya, aparavidya. And lot of books are there, lot of thinkers have discussed these matters. We'll have more and more opportunity in the next few days to talk about it, to discuss about this deeper education, which is mind management, which is positive thinking attitude, which is overcoming fear, and that will give you strength, that will give us optimism during these testing times. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Namaste.